There is a shift happening in Nigeria right now. A shift that is not loud, not trending every day on social media, not dominating the headlines. But make no mistake, it is real and it is powerful. Because while most people are still focused on Lagos, still watching Abuja, still debating on oil revenues and federal allocations, a different story is quietly unfolding in the Southeast. A story of movement, a story of capital, a story of belief. Investors, smart investors are moving. Money is moving. Land is being acquired. Factories are being expanded. Warehouses are being built. Entire neighborhoods are being transformed. And the most interesting part, this is not being driven by government. This is not a top-down revolution. This is a bottom-up, private money, family money, and diaspora money with strategic money. So the question becomes, why now? Why is the Southeast suddenly becoming a magnet for investment? What are these investors saying that others are missing? And more importantly, is this the beginning of Nigeria's next economic powerhouse? Or is this just another temporary wave? Stay with me, because by the end of this documentary, you will see the Southeast differently. To understand why investors are rushing in, you must first understand the people. Because the Southeast is not just a place, it is a mindset, it is a system, and at the heart of this system is one of the most powerful economic engines in Africa, the Igbo entrepreneurial culture. This is not theory, this is practice. For decades, generations even, the region has operated on a unique economic model, not dependency, not waiting, but building from nothing. At the center of this model is something extraordinary, the Igbo apprenticeship system. A system where young boys, sometimes as young as 10 or 12, are sent to learn trade, not in classrooms, but in real markets, real shops, real transactions. They learn how to negotiate, how to manage risk, how to build relationships, how to survive. For years, they work under a master, no salary, just learning. And then one day, they are settled, giving capital, giving connections, giving a chance. And from that moment, they begin again. They grow, they employ others, and the circle continues. This is not just mentorship. This is economic replication, a self-sustaining system that has produced thousands of millionaires, thousands of business owners, an entire ecosystem of traders, manufacturers, and distributors. Now imagine this, an investor looking at this system. What do you see? They see low-risk expansion, ready-made distribution networks, a population wired for commerce, and suddenly, the Southeast becomes not just a location, but a machine. Aba, for years, it was underestimated, labeled as informal, dismissed as unstructured. But those who looked closely saw something else. They saw production, relentless production, shoes, clothing, leather goods, bags, machinery. Aba was not waiting for foreign factories. It became the factory. And now, the world is starting to pay attention because something is changing, quietly but rapidly. Roads are improving, visibility is increasing, local brands are becoming national brands, and most importantly, quality is rising. Investors are noticing that Aba does not need to be built. It already exists. What it needs is scaling, modern machinery, better packaging, global distribution, and that's where the opportunity lies. Not in creating something new, but in unlocking what is already powerful. If Aba is production, then Onitsha is movement. Because nothing stays still in Onitsha. Goods flow, money flows, people flow. It is one of the most intense commercial environments in Africa. And at the center of it all is the market. Massive, dense, unstoppable. Here, billions change hands daily, not digitally, physically, fast, efficient, relentless. To an outsider, it may look chaotic, but to an investor, it is structured chaos. Because behind the noise, there are systems, supply chains, distribution routes, credit networks, trust systems, and now the next phase is emerging: warehousing, logistics, digitization, formal retail expansion. Investors are not trying to replace Onitsha. They are trying to organize it, scale it, and connect it to global trade. Nnewi is different. It is quiet, less crowded, less chaotic, but extremely powerful. Because this is where industry lives, real industry, auto parts manufacturing, mechanical engineering, indigenous corporations. This is a city that built itself from trade to production to industrialization, and that evolution is what attracts investors. Because Nnewi proves something critical, that local capital can build global businesses. Now imagine what happens when external capital joins that system. Expansion, automation, exports, and scaling. Nnewi is no longer a hidden secret. It is becoming a strategic destination. Every region needs a center, a place where structure meets ambition. For the Southeast, that place is Enugu, calm, organized, evolving. Enugu is becoming the face of modern investment in the region. Real estate is booming, new developments are rising, tech is entering, government is repositioning. For investors, Enugu offers something rare: balance. It is not as chaotic as trade cities, not as industrial as manufacturing hubs, but it is stable, livable, scalable, and that makes it perfect for head offices, tech hubs, corporate expansions. Enugu is not just growing, it is transforming. Now we arrive at one of the most powerful forces behind this shift: the diaspora. For decades, millions of people from the Southeast have lived abroad, working, earning, building wealth, and sending money home. But something has changed. This is no longer about remittances. This is about investment, strategic investment. They are not just building houses anymore. They are building hotels, factories, estates, logistic companies. But they now see something clearly: opportunity and timing. They understand that being early matters, and so the money is coming back, not emotionally, but strategically. Land is always the first signal. And right now, land in the Southeast is moving fast. Investors are quietly acquiring perimeter land, expansion zones, industrial plots, because they know something most people ignore: growth expands outward. What looks like bush today becomes prime real estate tomorrow. And compared to Lagos, prices are still low, but not for long. Because as infrastructure improves, as population increases, as businesses expand, land value rises, and those who entered early win big. For years, infrastructure was the weakness. Bad roads, limited power, slow development. But that narrative is changing, gradually, strategically, privately. Governments are improving roads, airports are being upgraded, power projects are emerging. But beyond government, private infrastructure is rising. Industrial clusters, private estates, independent power solutions, because investors are no longer waiting. They are building what they need, and that is accelerating growth. No serious investor ignores risk, and the Southeast has faced challenges, security concerns, uncertainty, disruption. But here is what matters: response. Communities are safeguarding towns, local security systems are strengthening, private protection is increasing, and investors, they are calculating, because every investment environment has risk. The key question is, does the opportunity outweigh it? And for many, the answer is yes. The Southeast is no longer just competing within Nigeria. It is competing with Lagos, Accra, Nairobi, and surprisingly, it is winning attention because it offers something powerful: efficiency, speed, entrepreneurial density, lower entry cost. Investors are realizing that growth does not only happen in big cities. Sometimes it happens where the people are hungrier, more driven, and more relentless. So what does the future look like? If this momentum continues, the Southeast could become a manufacturing hub, a trade powerhouse, a diaspora investment capital. But this is not guaranteed. It depends on consistency, policy, security, infrastructure. However, one thing is already clear: the shift has begun, and those who recognize it early position themselves differently. Because in every economic story, there are two types of people: those who watch it happen and those who moved early. So now the question is not, why are investors rushing to the Southeast? The real question is, what will you do with this information? Because while some people are still debating, others are already building. If you enjoyed this documentary, like this video, subscribe for more, and in the comments, tell me which Southeast city will dominate the next decade.